Hello everyone, welcome back to Eviternity. This is map 19, Dehydration, which is kind of a funny name because there's actually a lot of water in this map. I don't really know why it's called that. But yeah, this is a big map, as you can see by the video length and by the stats. First thing I'm going to do, jump to these bullets here, because if you jump down you can't get back up there. Pretty consistent if you can do an SR50, which I just have like all the keys bound. I mean, it's not difficult if you know how to do it. Not even so much as something that you have to learn, but just something that you have to know how to do and have the right keys bound for it. You have to have keys bound to look left or right, which, yeah, I never use otherwise, but okay, living the shotgun blast. Thanks, Imp. So yeah, not to make too many comparisons to map 32 because these are made by different authors and they take different approaches to a big map, but this one is more linear, just, you know, from the perspective of a player. I expect that it won't take me as long. Okay, wow, I fell down. Maybe if I fall down then it will take that long, but from the length of the video you will obviously know, but I do not yet know how long it will take me to do this. But considering that Anagnosis took me almost 2 hours, well, the whole video, including commentary, was like almost an hour 50, so, you know, not quite the same. But yeah, I don't expect that this one will take me that long. I think I can do it in about an hour. Commentary slows things down a bit, but yeah, we can see that room down there where the monsters are. We'll be going there in just a minute, but down here you can see like a big arena with the soul sphere and some weapons and ammo. We'll be going there much later, so keep that one in mind if you'd like. Grab the chain gun here, and then some monsters will teleport from over there with the door open. Yeah, it's like there's a line death they have to cross. The imps tend to not do it, but thankfully you can just kill them like so. Alright. I grabbed all the items here, I do believe. So I don't think you can come back after you flip this switch here. Yeah, I can't imagine you can come back. I think there might be a teleporter later, but no, I got all the items, so it doesn't really matter. So, I mean, there's a little trap here, but as long as you have the chain gun ready to shoot your way out, then it's not that big of a deal. Grab the shotgun. Now we'll progress to the watery section. I love this MIDI, by the way. You're going to be hearing it a lot, obviously, because this is a long map, but yeah, I think for a long map like this, you need a MIDI that you can hear over and over again and it not get old, and I think this one does that very well. I've had to hear it even more times because I've been practicing, of course. There's a little ambush here. It's not that bad. Just make sure that you have space to move around. And we're done with that, easy peasy. There's some monsters way up there. Honestly, I'm not sure if you can kill them later. I mean, I think you can, because this area up here, where like that imp just peeked around the corner, I know that's an area that you go to later, so I assume that you can kill the imps from there. I don't know for 100% certain though. Yeah, a lot of the items in this map are bonuses that are in groups of 5, so it makes it pretty easy to collect them. There's not like any super obscure like random bonuses as far as I remember. They're just like all by themselves. But there are a couple that aren't, like we saw the soul sphere. That is of course not. When you run up here, this wall will raise. I'll grab these armor bonuses. This map has 4 secrets, but 3 of them are quite close to the beginning. 2 of them are actually right here. One of them is this backpack, which you can jump to like that. Very nice to have that. And then, after we killed these chain gunners, we can ride up this wall here. And this is the second secret. That's half of them already. This switch here lowers the wall. And the last secret, you can get by pressing this switch. Lowers that berserk up there, as you can see, but it raises after a time, so I'll have to come back and press the switch, because can't get up there at the moment. Thankfully it's a repeatable switch. Alright, you can press this and open up this little area with ouch. Some more monsters, hit scanners. Yep, there's another one. This map does quite like hit scanners. Which means you gotta be careful, make sure you're looking around corners. And also, you can sometimes get lucky, and you can sometimes get unlucky with them hitting or missing. When you run up here, there'll be some more monsters. No hit scanners though. Well, not here, there'll be some that teleport in up there, but let's see, one of them just hit me. Shotgunner, I think. Yeah, this map also has some fondness for Lost Souls. Again, I'm glad that their HP was reduced in Eviternity. I don't think this map has nearly as many as 32 though. That one had like over 400. I'll grab this armor now. And then I'd like to kill the imp up there. It's not like a huge deal, but just so he doesn't attack me while I'm here. There's a shotgunner here, chain gunner actually here. Thought it was a shotgunner. And you walk over here. This door will open with a pinky. And a Hell Knight as well. Would like a super shotgun to deal with him, but don't have one yet, unfortunately. And then this switch will raise some steps here. And then there are some imps down here. In this watery area. That dark watery area. I don't know how well they're gonna show up on YouTube, but we'll see, I guess. They're kind of annoying to kill, because they don't really serve much of a purpose, I feel like. But yeah, this switch raises that over there, those steps. And also reveals some cacodemons. Grab some more items here. Gotten to 50. Should be another cacodemon. Yeah, there he is. I think I'll use shells on you. And there we go. So now we can run across here. And you can shoot through this gap with hit scan, but not projectiles, so the monsters can't hit you. Same thing over here. Only hit scanners would be able to, but there aren't any. Although I believe this, the monsters can shoot projectiles through. Not sure about that though. Let's see. Oh well, that was too low. Guess we'll never know. Some more hit scanners up here. And we can't open these laser gates yet. Have to find switches for that. Now we've come to the berserk area. So after I killed these guys, I will go back down, press the switch to get that, grab these items as well. So yeah, we'll lower it, and then we'll just run up there. I think it stays lowered for like 30-ish seconds, I want to say. But it's more than enough time if you're quick and have killed all the monsters and everything. You can also hear some monsters over that way where I just was, but an Arachnotron. Okay, got the secret, but those monsters will show up later. Now we can jump down here. I want to take out the shotgunner if I can. There we go. And then just clear this area out. Oh, okay. These Mankey are pretty annoying. Especially because no super shotgun or rocket launcher or anything. So kind of just have to chain gun or shotgun them. you have to go up on these platforms. There's an Arctotron shooting at me, but he can't shoot through those laser gates again, because they block projectiles. Now when you run up here, you can step on this little pressure plate, and that shows those bars lowering, which removes the bars blocking that Revenant up there, though he can't actually leave the area. That lets you get in there. And I'm going to kill these guys. They're guarding some ammo. These imps are, but we can't get that until much later. There's also a red barrier here, which you need a red key to open. Here's the red door, which has the switch behind it, but again, we'll come back here later with that. For now, we'll just go this way. It's kind of annoying sometimes. I like to stand like here. Oh, he's infighting. The imp, it looks like. And there we go, he's dead. So we can press this switch that will deactivate the laser gates. Here and up here. So now we can kill this guy. Could chain gun him, but I think I'd rather save bullets than shells. We are about to get more shells here from this super shotgun. Okay, and when you grab that, there will be a trap, of course. So I like to just run over here. Try to focus on the hit scanners. Kind of failing at that, but okay. Kill you. You. Ouch, you're still alive. And we'll grab some more items here. You can shoot through this tiny little gap here because there's an imp up on that platform. There's also a shotgunner, I think. Unless he got killed by like infighting. It looks like he did, actually. Alright, that's fine. So, you can see the red key here, but there's a laser gate blocking it, so we'll have to come back after we deactivate that. You should be almost dead. Can Berserk punch you, I guess. This map, I think, gives you enough ammo that you don't need to use a Berserk at any point. But it's always nice to have as a backup. Definitely. When you walk over here, this laser gate will appear and these crushers will start, and the wall behind me will open. Get some imps. You can try to get them to walk under the crusher, I guess, to save ammo, but you can also just like Berserk punch them. And then when you walk in the room, there will be some monsters that rise out of the pillars. Focus on the hit scanners as usual. Also another chain gunner. Whoops. Am I stuck here? No, okay. You can lower this, thankfully. Author thought of that, I guess, and I fell off again, wow. Has never happened to me, I don't think. At least not recently. There's a chainsaw down there, but I have Berserk, so no real reason to grab it. We'll grab these items, though, and this switch opens this door with a Pain Elemental. Alright, nice. No Lost Souls spawned. When you press this switch, there's a lift that will start to lower. You can back off if you're quick, but it's not like there's a very bad ambush at all. We're now on the other side of the laser gate where the crushers were. They're stopped for the moment, though. And you can get down here for a backpack. Of course, I already have one, but I need to press that switch to leave, so... And... there's Cacodemon. Okay, there we go. I believe that's everything. Grab the shotgun. And then the crushers will start up again when you walk here. When you start to walk this way, there will be some more monsters. Teleport in on these platforms. Focus on the hit scanners. And you'll be good. I believe there's just 2 chain gunners. And then that's all for the hit scan, so... yeah. When you approach that switch, there'll be... these doors, I guess, that open with Lost Souls and Cacodemon. And then you can press it to open this door. And some more Lost Souls. Like I said, this map is pretty fond of Lost Souls. And I guess I'll chain gun you if you're gonna go all the way over there. And I believe there's a chain gunner here. Yep. An imp as well. Another shotgunner also. Or the other one was a chain gunner, I guess. Also some armor here that I don't need. There's some shotgunners down at the bottom of this area. I guess I can grab the armor now. Kind of a waste, but you can't get back up here, I don't think, easily, so. Go ahead and grab it. And now that we're down here, and you walk around here, there's another trap. This area looks pretty cool. I like the whole aesthetic of this map, like a water treatment plant, I guess. Except, you know, like more sci-fi than a real one. And the chain gunner back there just woke up, and I think there's an imp. Yep. And some more shells here. Gets me up to 100 exactly. This switch here lowers these walls. And you can go over here for some items. And this is one of the two switches that you need to deactivate these laser gates. Come to the other one later. Have these armor bonuses in the meantime. I want to focus on the Revenant because his projectiles are annoying. And that one is orbiting. There we go. I'll focus on the Cacos and the imps. Alright, now I'll grab this, and then jump down on this side, and that will cause this to lower. And these monsters, for some reason, start asleep. And then there's some over here that don't wake up yet. I don't think they're set to ambush. It didn't happen this time, but sometimes when I'm fighting the Revenant, the Hell Knight doesn't wake up, so there must be like some sound blocking, line deaf stuff going on. Because he should be able to hear you, that close. There's no, like, doors in the middle. Not sure exactly why that happens. Grab some ammo here, and you probably saw the rocket launcher over here. There's also one up there, but we'll come to that one later. So, when you press this switch, it'll cause monsters to teleport in all around this area. It'll also lower this wall, and that one over there, that one. And behind each of those walls there are two annihilators, which I want to avoid waking up while I'm dealing with the other monsters because they're pretty unpredictable. So I'm going to stay over here because they don't wake up until they can see you. And you just want to make sure you're not standing in like near a spot where a monster would teleport in, so you don't like base rocket. Also probably want to save a decent amount of rockets, so as long as you stay back here, the annihilators won't wake up, thankfully. That can be good for infighting, but I have more than enough ammo, so not really a problem. Ouch. Thankfully there's medikits. Well, I think I'll have to fight the annihilators first. Come here, Mancubus. Guess I'll use rockets on you. Alright. So I think that's all of the monsters except for these ones. So I'm gonna sneak over here so that those guys wake up. And hopefully they infight. Yeah, it looks like they're infighting. Because I don't want to wake up the ones over there yet. I guess I can just watch from here. Oh, that guy's not infighting. I thought the annihilators would infight with each other. There we go. That should do it. And then I'll just kill the survivor. Nice. Oh, I missed. Are you infighting? No, you're not. And yeah, there's some more monsters like way over there, but I'll just do this, and hopefully they infight. Thought I saw one of them get hit by a Hell Knight. It's kind of awkward. Okay, yeah, now they're infighting. Nice. Okay, one of them died. Should be, yep, dead. Alright, nice. Here's a soul sphere. Guess I'll go ahead and grab it. No reason not to. And looks like there's some infighting going on over here. Yeah, that fight can be tricky. If you wake up the Annihilators too early or something, you can definitely get overwhelmed. Because you don't have like a plasma or anything, so you do have to be careful. This map has a decent amount of Annihilators, but those ones are probably the most dangerous. There's one a little later that I think can also be pretty dangerous, even if you know about it, just because you're in pretty tight quarters. Alright, so over here, there's a Hell Knight that teleports behind you when he wakes up. Nothing personal, I guess, but he just had to do it. There's also some Revenants up there behind me. They're kind of annoying, yeah, because they quite high up. I think I'll try to kill you. I can use survive 3 rockets, I think, or one of them missed, I guess. Okay. Now I'll kill these guys. Let's use the chain gun over on you. There we go. And you can get up to where they are from here, but can't do anything up there at the moment, so won't do that yet. Okay, so when you approach, or actually you have to press on this to open it. I thought you just had to approach it, but some Cacodemons and Pinkies who I want to kill out here if possible. Because of course, if I'm caring about where corpses are, there's going to be an Archwile. And he is in this pillar, which lowers, when you press this. Yeah, he can definitely get annoying if he starts resurrecting the Cacos. And I guess I'll go ahead and grab this. That opened that up there where the shotgunner was. I thought there was another one, but maybe not. Can't remember exactly. So we have to step on these 3 like pressure plates. This one spawns imps. This one I believe spawns nothing, yeah. And this one spawns hit scanners and lost souls. I like to do it last because then the pillars can act as cover from the monsters. Alright, I believe that's all of them. Unless one of them is being slow to teleport. And now we can go up here. And go across the pillars that we raised. So, this area here is where we were earlier. This is the... There was another shotgunner, I thought so. This is where the chainsaw is, and the pillar that I kept falling behind here. Okay. Let's snipe these guys with the chain gun. And, yep, these guys, ouch, raise up out of the floor there. And this here is another crusher. That starts when you walk over here, I think, yeah. So, it's gonna be monsters behind these doors, and crusher kind of is to discourage you from retreating, I think. I don't know, you have a plasma, so it kind of just makes space like this. Temp is decently generous with cells, especially later on. But there's no BFGs, so all these monsters will do, or I guess all these cells, I should say, will have to be used with plasma. So you don't have to worry about that. And kill you and you. This section is kind of annoying. I don't really like it. It's too cramped, I think. Okay. And then up in this window, there's a chain gunner. He's pretty annoying. He likes to walk out of your sight, but thankfully he wasn't that bad that time. And then over here, there is a shotgunner. I guess the other one woke up already. Normally there's one here, but I guess he walked over here. And you can press this switch to spawn a pain elemental. It also lowers a lift over there that you need to progress, but it has already risen. It's this pillar here. Oh, but first I need to press this. I don't know why these guys are so delayed. Normally they teleport in like soon after the pain elemental. Don't want to miss these items either. I think I've gotten all of them in this section. Hopefully. If I'm missing like 5, then I'll know I'm probably missing a group. So when you go over here, I think, yeah, it causes these walls to open. This one has cacodemons. And there we go, that'll kill them. And I don't know how you're supposed to know this, but if you press on this wall here, it lowers and you can get the last secret, which is a mega armor and some items, but I'm actually going to save it. Oh, there's kind of a texturing error there, I think. I'm just noticing that. The floor looks weird. But yeah, I'm going to save this for the final fight, actually. It's not super difficult, but I would hate to die there because it's, you know, the last fight in the map. I don't really need the mega armor right now. So when you come over here, there'll be some more monsters, including cacodemons, which I'm just going to let fly up here. Looks like you can hide behind that corner up there. And I think I'll show this off, actually. But if you try that, monsters can actually still shoot you through this wall here. They're not doing it, but yeah, you can see that was not a Mancubus fireball, no clipping. They can just go through that wall for some reason. I'm guessing that was a mistake. So I'll kill this cacodemon. And another one. Kind of a tedious way to deal with this, but I'm not sure how to do it better, I guess. That is, you know, still safe. I fell down, okay. So preoccupied with switching to the plasma that I didn't stay up. Alright, so now I'm gonna jump down here and use the plasma, take these guys out. There's also some specters. Ouch. Some specters down there. I'll just rocket this guy and then take them out. And there's a shotgunner as well. Normally he walks over here more quickly, but he did not today. So you can walk up here if you need these medikits, but I don't. So you can jump down here. Now we're back out in this area where the Annihilators were. You can see their corpses down there. And you can drop down here for some items, some ammo, and this teleporter will take you back up. Kind of inconsistent teleporter usage actually, because that orange teleporter is used as a destination in other parts of the map. But yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. This is a big map. I'm sure there were a few oversights here and there. Okay, and then I want to approach this, yeah, slowly. Get these guys to spawn. If you go too far, this floor here will sink. There's a trap with an archvile. Thankfully he can't come over here, but if you're not behind cover, he can attack you. Very aggressive today, wow. And then I think I'll kill him with the rockets. Stand still, please. Don't want to waste my rockets. And nope. Stand still, please. Come on, you were so aggressive a minute ago. There we go. And then there's two train gunners back here, and these pillars. And then you can step on this to lower this. I feel like, are there any items over here? No, okay. But there are some in here. I think when you go into the room, it triggers a teleport ambush. You can just back up like this. You're pretty safe. Then there'll be a pain elemental at some point. Not yet. There you are. Okay. And then you can grab some more items and ammo. And then these pressure plates again. I haven't really talked about them much. I don't really feel like they add very much to the map necessarily, but I don't know, they're cool, I guess. Mostly just a gimmick. like to lure these cacodemons up here, just because it's kind of annoying to deal with them down there along with everything else. And then snipe the shotgunners, and the imps as well, I guess. Come on. There we go. So, yeah, this imp's still alive, and so is that one. So if you jump down like this, oh, I messed it up. You can get up there and get the super shotgun, but you can't get up there otherwise. Kind of like a deep water effect in this area here. But as far as I know, there's no way to get up there without jumping like that. But it's not that big of a deal. It's only, what, 12 shells, I think? 8 from the SSG and then 4 from the group on the ground. So when you walk... I think when you walk far enough forward, monsters will come out from those waterfalls. But there's also an annihilator around this corner. So yeah, I think I'll trigger this first. I guess I use a berserk here. This is the annihilator, or the one around the corner, I guess. This is the one I was talking about earlier. As being kind of annoying, because they're in a pretty small space. I have no idea if I'm hitting this guy. Yeah, hopefully that worked. I think he stopped shooting at me, so that's probably a good sign. Because I want to take this guy out in peace. Nope. Did not work apparently. Alright. There's that dealt with. That's kind of stressful. Take you out, and then take these guys out. I don't have any shells, so I guess I'll berserk punch them. Alright. And then you. And I don't really need the armor, so I won't grab it. There we go. Get hit by the imp, you know how it is. Yeah, I mean, I guess a map that's like based on water is a good place to use the deep water effect, but I don't really feel like it adds much in general to most maps. You can go over here to get to where the imp was sniping me through the waterfall. I guess he's a cheater, he can see right through it, but I can't, so... Yeah, that side is just a dead end. But over here, you can find some shells and a switch, which will cause some revenants to teleport in. And there's some imps behind me, down in these little... I don't know what to call it even. Area, I guess. Very generic, but true enough. And then we can go back here, and I'm not gonna come back, so I'll grab this. And there's some monsters that have appeared here. And this door behind the annihilator is open. And I think there's a chain gunner, yep. So now we've looped around. And there's the area where I jumped down and failed to get the super shotgun. So just for context, that's where we are. And in this room there's 4 switches you have to press. Each one will spawn different monsters. But it doesn't matter what order you flip the switches, they'll always appear in the same order. So the first one has his scanners here. And then this one has imps. I guess I'll punch them. Normally I don't use Berserk this much, but it's fun, so... And this one has, ouch, more his scanners that I forgot about. I thought it was the next one, which has... Ouch, okay. That'd be a dumb way to die. Yeah, has a Hell Knight, and a Pinky, and a Revenant. And I'm gonna use cells here, I want to kill the Pain Elemental. Alright. And I'll use bullets. I have a lot. And then I am going to kill these guys real quick, and then I will take a drink. So, give me just a second. Alright. There we go. That's better. And there's a chain gunner here. And some more hit scanners up here, which sometimes don't want to wake up, but we'll come in there later, and I'd rather them not be alive, so... Are you gonna come over here? Should be one more, yep. I think there's a Chinganar up there that's stuck, so... Not as in, like, stuck as in he can't move, but he can't come down here, so... Can't go through these red laser gates either, like the orange ones. There's an Archwall back there. As well as a Shotgunner that he likes to keep resurrecting, so... I think I'll just plasma them. That was close, I think he almost zapped me there, I was a little too hasty. I don't think there's any health I can get to. Not much in this section, I don't think. Mancubus here. Should be nearly dead. I want to save my ammo. There's some Changanars here. And this reveals a Hell Knight. And there's another Archwall back there. Where the other one was, so... We'll start resurrecting them again. And again, I'll just use cells. There we go. Don't have a whole lot left, but that's okay. Kill this guy with the chain gun. And then this lowers this wall. So, laser gates we're just kind of avoiding at the moment. This one lowers this one. There's a Hell Knight here. And some Spectres. Hopefully I have shells. And then this switch will lower this. Now we can climb up. And shoot this switch, which removes this laser gate. Although, not any of the other ones. And then with that, we can go up here. And that... Oh, yep, I forgot about these guys. Okay. Should be almost dead, yep. Yeah, he's shooting at me. Yeah, he's stuck up there and there's an Archwall as well, so... I'll try to kill them with the cells that I have. I don't think the Archwall can leave, because the Changanar can't, so... You wouldn't think so. I like... When I picked up these two cells here, or before that I should say, I had 35 cells. And then after that I killed the Archwall and I had 35 cells again, so I used exactly 80, I guess. That's cool. And then... When you step on this, there will be some Revenants and Pinkies. If you just jump down, you're pretty safe though. Nice triple kill. Alright, there's that. And there's some items to grab up here. Some ammo as well. Normally I have less shells here, I think, because I don't use Berserk as much, but this is nice. Nice to have extra shells. Alright, back up to 100 health, that's good. And then this room has some lost souls. Kinda got hit there, but I didn't kinda get hit, I did get hit, but it wasn't a very big hit, thankfully. They're not really very dangerous. Now there's this Pain Elemental. Nice. Miss there. And then these switches here stop these crushers. So this one stopped the second one. You want to stop them when they're up, of course, because we need to go through the hallway. And then this one, I forget if this is the third or fourth one, but looks like I stopped it at a good point. And that one as well. And then you can use the red switches to start them again. Of course, I don't want to do that, but if you stop them at the bad spot where you can't get through, that's what you'd have to do. Some more items to grab here. And I'm just going to peek around this corner and shoot a rocket. So there's a bunch of explosive barrels and hit scanners in there. That's always fun to blow them up. And then we can come around here to where the Pain Elemental was, grab the armor. This hallway looks cool, I think. I like the lights. I don't know, I mean, it's like nothing special, I guess, but I just like the way it looks. Okay, I'm gonna take another drink real quick. And then this switch will reveal an Archwall in here. So I don't want him to get out or resurrect anything. I'll stand here, that should be doable. Nice, okay. And this switch will lower this lift here. And we will now come back out here. This is the pit that I dropped down into. I talked about the Revenant and the sinking floor. That's right here. And this is where I jumped down and fought the Arachnotrons and Mancubi with plasma. So we've escaped to the like underground area, I guess. There's some items to grab here. If you jump down here, I believe. Oh, this one just has armor, okay. But I think the other spot, not here, but here. This lift has raised, so risen? This lift has risen, I guess. And we can grab the items here. Rocket launcher as well. Some rockets. There we go. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any of those. I don't have a tally for this one because I think they're pretty easy to find, all things considered. So that switch will spawn some monsters down here, including this chain gunner who came from that lift over there, which is our next destination. Demons, yeah, there's usually one that teleports over there. I think unlike most maps in Eviternity, this one does not use, like, conveyor belt teleporters, so the monsters not only teleport in at random times, but sometimes they can teleport into different locations. So I'm gonna ride up this lift here, and I want to try to stay to this side, press the switch. I think there's some Cagademons trying to get me. This switch lowers the gate here. The laser gate, that's what it is called. So there are, yeah, some Cagademons that come from the watery area over there. And they come from like a sunken sector that rises like pop-up monsters later when you go to that area. So I don't think they're all supposed to wake up necessarily, but some of them do more than others sometimes. I think only 2 did this time, which is good because I don't like fighting them in close quarters. Yeah, there's also an imp up there. It looks like 2 actually. But yeah, we'll fight the rest of them later, so it's not like I'm skipping them because of course I have to kill them all for 100%. And we've got some damaging floor here, this green area. So, get a rad suit. It's not a very big area, but it's nice to have the rad suit nonetheless. And there's some revenants over there who are kind of hiding, actually. Not shooting at me. Sometimes they're a lot more annoying. Yeah, I like how the, like, green, or like poison water seems to be coming from this, like, green thing. Like, kind of it's a radioactive, maybe, like radioactive waste, which is cool. I like that, and I like how it's like interspersed with the regular water. Looks cool. Alright, so got some more Hell Knights here, and the Mancubus, who hopefully leaves me alone. He's kind of in an annoying spot. Just rocket him. There we go, grab these items. And then these imps I want to take out, so I can hide from the Arachnotrons. Don't want to jump over there yet, because that will trigger, well, won't trigger another trap, but there are some Hell Knights over there, as you can see. I don't really need to kill the imp yet. But yeah, if the Arachnotrons are still alive, you probably don't want to be fighting the Hell Knights as well and be trapped in this area. Thank you, imp, for not attacking me. Probably should have focused on him first, honestly. Hindsight is 20/20. Alright, with this switch we can go up here. Get some ammo here and here. And there's some items here. And there's some items over there on the platform where these imps are. And I assume the intended way is to just jump across like this. But they're kind of obscure. There's also a cell up there, so it's nice. Okay. And then this switch will do a few things. It'll open that wall over there with some monsters. It'll also lower this, which will be a teleporter. And I think there's a pain elemental that just immediately goes through the teleporter. So you'll hear a pain elemental, but he will just teleport away. Yep. And then these monsters teleport down here. I want to focus on the Revenant. Nice. Okay, thought there was a Hell Knight behind me for a second, but there was not. Okay, take you out. And I guess I'll punch you. Nice. Guess he was almost dead. I thought he was not quite so close. But saves a little bit of ammo, I suppose. Okay. And now we can go through this teleporter. And sometimes you teleport an elemental, but sometimes he's not on the teleport destination, so gotta chain gun him. Like so. And there's another pressure plate here that I think you have to step on later, I want to say. But I'll go ahead and do it. Here there is an archvile surrounded by a bunch of specters. You can try to kill them with like SSG or whatever, but archvile's just gonna end up wasting a bunch of your ammo. So I just use the plasma. There's an annihilator here, but he teleports away, so we'll see him later. This switch lowers these walls. Also lowers the walls on the other side, so the room that I teleported into. So that has connected back. This central area. I think I use bullets here. Running low on shells. And yep, there's another lost soul. I thought so. 2 more actually. And some cells. Grab the items or ammo here. Okay. And then here's where you have to step on the 4 pressure plates. And after you do that, we'll lower those or open those doors. Spawn some monsters, including an archvile, which I of course want to target first. Basically, no reason to leave archviles alive, unless you want to do like an archvile jump, which I do not here. Okay, there we go. And now we have to step on this, and that will lower this wall over here. And the annihilator will teleport in. So this is the one that we saw earlier, I assume at least. Nice, blowing yourself up there. And there's some more items here. And this switch opens this door. And we are back at the red key. So we're back here, this is where I got the super shotgun. And we can grab the red key like this. And then go down here, grab this ammo that I talked about way earlier. I said we'd grab it later. And so we have. Yeah, here's an example of an orange teleporter being used as a destination. The green ones are like just regular teleporters, or what's the opposite of a destination? A source, I guess? Teleport source? I feel like people don't usually say that, but I guess it's true. So yeah, with the red key we can open this and lower this here. Alright, there we go. And then when you go in here, here's these sunken sectors that I talked about with cacodemons. Sometimes even the pain elemental will wake up, which can get quite annoying because he's like flying above you and spawning lost souls, so you really don't want that if you can avoid it. Which I think you can by just not approaching like the fence area. Okay, so there we go, that's that. And then when you approach this door, there will be an annihilator that teleports over here. So I just like to run back here because you have cover this way. You don't really have cover otherwise. So that one can definitely be nasty if you're not prepared. You can always jump down, but I'd rather not have to do that. That was dumb. Just stood there and let the fireball hit me. Use more chain gun, because again I have a lot of bullets and not a lot of shells. You get some more here though, which is nice. And then when you open this, there'll be some lost souls at the end of the hallway. But other than that, the monsters can't actually get into the hallway, so it's not really that scary. They went way back there this time. Can't even hit them. So I want to focus on the hit scanners mostly. There's one here. Saw another one, yep. Now we're really in like the toxin-filled area, I guess. Irradiated, if you want to go with my theory. So there's more red suits. There's just one there, but there are more around here. I kind of want to sneak around here and kill this guy. Yeah, you can see the tip of the red suits and the other ones. And then there's some lost souls. One here. And one here. Keep jumping off when I don't mean to, but that's fine. We're doing good. So I'm gonna grab this, and then you can climb through this window here, but you can't climb through the other ones. Not really sure why. I'll come over here and kill the Revenant. Ouch. Not a whole lot of health in this area, so I do want to be cautious. You can see, I think, yeah, the yellow key on a pillar in there. You can just see it. Grab these items. Is there some here? If there was, I already grabbed them. And there's some Hell Knights here. There we go. And there's a Mancubus there, but he actually can't hit you again. These bars block his projectiles. They may be able to no-clip though. I'm not sure, but yeah, they didn't, thankfully. Okay, and then I want to take out the hit scanners in here, especially the imps as well. Get a better look at the yellow key now. And it's these imps trying to hit me. I don't think they all died. No. There we go. Nice corpse flying out of there. And then the chain gunner killed with bullets. Okay, thankfully he missed me. I don't know why I thought he died, but he did not. There's another chain gunner down there. And the Cell Knight teleports back here. And then there's a chain gunner in this little cubby, alcove, whatever you want to call it. And one more here. Yeah, this map is pretty fond of chain gunners, especially in this section. I mean, we've seen a decent amount so far. Not my favorite thing ever. Lots of hit scanners aren't, but it's not that bad, I don't think. There's definitely worse. You usually have access to cover or something to kill them quickly. So this switch here opens these orange bars, which I think is the first time we've seen a switch that opens these lasers that's, you know, right next to them. And then I want to focus on the hit scanners again here. Oh, they were infighting. I guess I could have let them do that. Oh yeah, there's a Revenant here, but again, he can't hit you through the bars. My instincts tell me to dodge around the corner though, so I did. Alright, kill this Hell Knight now. And then again, we're gonna have to head into the toxic area. I think can barely snipe this chain gunner here. Probably better if you, or can probably do it more easily, I should say, if you can grab the red suit first. Yeah, I bet you can do it like that, but I wanted to save the time for when I'm actually in the damaging floor. So when you approach these walls, they will all lower, and I'll kill the chain gunner first, because other than that, it's just Pinky's Inspectors, which are not as dangerous. Especially once you thin them out. Let me take a drink real quick. Guess I'm on a timer here because of my red suit, but there's a good amount of them. Okay, so the chain gunner up there is dead. And then I want to kill this Revenant. The second shot was not good, like at all, but that's okay. There's also some items here that I definitely have not forgotten before. Definitely not why I remember them. No way. Okay. Yeah, the Revenant has over here. Alright. Grab the cells, and then this switch will open this gate. Yep. And this part's kind of mean, actually. When you go far enough forward, there'll be monsters that teleport in front. Ow, and behind you, yeah. Because stuff like that can happen where you just get high rolled by the Revenant. That's like half your health, even with armor. And there's like multiple of them, so... Oh god. Yeah. Okay, I have to be careful. I won't die in one hit, but... I don't want to really waste my cells either, because I'll need them going up. So I'm chain gunning a Hell Knight. Could use rockets, I have a lot of those actually. Here's the Mancubus that I sniped through this red gate earlier on the other side when I was by the yellow key. There's also this switch here, I have no idea what it does, because you can't press it. Kinda seems like it would lower this gate here, but it never reactivates, so yeah, I'm not really sure why it's there, or what it does. Alright, there's an Archvile here. Try to kill him in 8 shells, but yeah, my first 2 shots weren't very good. Should be almost dead, yeah. Alright, and then going over here, we'll lower his platform and cause some more monsters to teleport in over here. I guess I have to use bullets if I want to kill this guy. Could just kill him when I walk around, but it's nice to kill him now, you know? And the shotgunner I'll kill. Right, and then there's some specters here. Start guarding some health that I would really like. Alright, now we can head back. And the gates blocking the yellow key are now gone. So we can grab that. Guess I'll try to use rockets here. Yeah, okay. Did not go too poorly at all. Grab some shells here. And then you probably expect a pretty big fight when you go for the yellow key, but no, it's really not that big. Just a couple imps and a cacodemon is all. If you fall down, I guess, then it's kind of more dangerous, but... Oh, 2 cacodemons actually, okay. I'm pretty sure sometimes one of these cacodemons teleports on the other side of those red bars for some reason. Maybe an imp did this time? I don't hear him, so I don't know why that happens, honestly. Yeah. Does not look like that happened. I don't know. Strange. You can actually see that through these red gate, or this red gate, I guess, is the exit. We'll come back there later. We can't get there at the moment, but we can now leave like this. And with the yellow key, we can go through this yellow door here. And we've got another section with some hit scanners, you know, go figure. Hit scanners in my map 19 of Eviternity? No way. It's more likely than you think. Okay, guess I'll use rockets here. Seems like a waste, but I have like nothing else other than rockets and cells. A few shells. For you as well. Grab some items down here and another red suit. I got some more shells, thankfully. Okay. And then some more shells here, nice. We'll leave these guys. Even more shells, always good. And then this switch will open a door back in this area. This one here. And you have to grab a rad suit, so... It's not like I'm gonna go back to the other area and need the rad suits or anything. But it just seems a little dumb. Okay. So, when you drop down here, the monsters from behind these pillars will start to wake up. I think when you fire a shot in this area. Yeah. Some of them I think are set to ambush, but... Like there's a Hell Knight behind this pillar here, but he did not wake up. Okay, I'm gonna use some cells here, that should be good. Yep, there he is. And I'll grab another rad suit. But I guess mine is pretty close to running out. Okay, I guess the imps up there are dead. And then there's some more here. So, yeah, when you go here, this Mancubus will teleport over there. But yeah, we're trying to open this door here, which we need to press 2 switches in here for. Okay, didn't see you. Spectre. Grab these shells. Kill this guy. I like linear maps, because they are less effort to plan, I guess, and it's more easy to not get lost, but it does make it hard for me to find things to talk about sometimes, because it's like, why are we doing this? We're just trying to get to the next area. That's it. I mean, we've reached an hour, though. Honestly, this one has not felt nearly as long as map 32, I must say. I mean, it is, obviously. Well, you know, I mean, it isn't as long as map 32 yet, but the point is that at 60 minutes into that one, I felt a lot more fatigued, I guess. Maybe just because that map stresses me out more. My voice is a little fatigued, though. Maybe I will take a drink after I kill these guys. It's also a lot more thinking, I think, to do in that one, because, again, like I said, it's, you know, not linear, so I have to plan out and think about what I want to do next, whereas here it's just, there's only one way to go, so there's only really one way to play this map. Okay, let me take a drink real quick. You can see that we're nearing the end, actually. There's less than 100 monsters left out of the 800. So this switch here will lower these walls, front of and behind me. So I'll grab this stuff, and this. And there's some more items here. I am hoping I didn't miss any items, I guess that's one thing that I'm a little worried about. No reason to kill these guys now, because I will be going in there in a minute. Especially not because I triggered this trap somehow. Okay, that was a pretty meaty hit. Yeah, I thought the trap was only supposed to trigger when you open this door, but apparently not. Because I triggered it without doing that. Okay, there's those guys dealt with, and there's some archviles here. So when you step on this pressure plate, you can probably guess that they're going to be released. This one will teleport into this room over here, because this door does not open until you step on that. And then the other one will teleport like here-ish, I think. So I'm just going to try and plasma him as quickly as possible. Okay, that went very well. The only time he tried to attack me, I got him to flinch pretty much immediately. And then here's the other one. Okay, and then I think when you approach this wall, it will lower with some chain gunners and a revenant. And then we basically got a whole bunch of switches to lower to raise these two platforms, so we can route up this lift and go over here. So there we go, there's something I can talk about for progression-related things. Alright, so this one, yeah, I believe lowers this wall, and also causes more monsters to teleport into these cages where the imps are. I think, yeah, these ones are all imps, but later there will be some different monsters. Okay, I think I'll use rockets here on these guys. So yeah, there's a shotgunner. Another one over there. Yeah, here's a chain gunner. That one is the meanest. And then the revenants teleported up here. It's like this map is, or this section specifically, I guess, does a lot of like placing monsters somewhere and then having them like immediately teleport somewhere else. And there was like the Annihilator that did that earlier. Like, I mean, I get it. You want to show what I'm gonna face. It's like a whoa moment, and then they teleport away. But I don't know. Why don't you just have them spawn up there? I mean, I guess it's, you know, for the reason that I said, but I don't know. I think it's a little pointless, I guess. Okay, so we've raised one of the platforms, and then there's another chain gunner that teleported in. And I believe that lowers this area? Yeah. So here's another pain elemental actually did not teleport. I killed him quickly enough. Yeah, the Lost Soul did. He teleports over here, normally the pain elemental would. Okay, he took a little damage there, but we're fine. There's no healing items in here, as you've seen, so if you want some, you have to go back, like, in there, but I don't even think there are any back there, except like one medikit, but you'd have to run over the damaging floor, so yeah, it's kind of tough if you take damage here, I guess. Not really much you can do about it. But yeah, we are almost done, actually. So I'm gonna grab this stuff, and got 777 kills, so lucky number, I guess. Gonna grab this stuff, some more items here. Gonna grab this, and now we're back in this room. This fight is not that bad, but when you step on this, there's gonna be some pillars that lower with Archvile and Revenants. Just kill the Archvile quickly, I mean. I feel like it's behind other monsters, it can be annoying, but I have a lot of cells, so of course I'd like to save as many as I can, but you know, if you have to use them, then you have to use them. Stepping on those platforms will raise this. Now we're in this room where I sniped the shotgunner. This is where we first jumped down. This switch opens this wall, so that's where we've gotten to. And then this teleporter takes us over to the exit that we saw earlier. And these red bars are gone now, so we can head this way. Alright. There's some more lost souls in here. Not that surprising, really. I think there's, what, another one? Yeah, there he is. Okay. Kind of scoot along here, kill this guy, and then drop down. There's some items here behind me to grab. I guess I should have killed the Hell Knight before I jumped down, because he's kind of annoying to kill from here, but come here. Don't hide. Don't be shy. There we go. Okay. This sword doesn't hurt, thankfully, but I had a red suit, even if it did. Okay, can jump over here now. And then when you go over here, this will open with some pinkies. And you may recognize this arena. This is the final arena that we saw way back earlier. This is does not contain all the rest of the monsters in the map, but it does contain a lot of them. And the fight isn't really that bad, but I don't know, just for my own peace of mind, I would like to have a mega armor that I saved from earlier. If I can get up here and grab that. I guess I could have just jumped across, and it's not like there's any damaging floor over here, but yeah, we can take a detour back through the part of this map, this part of the map earlier. This part of the map earlier? I can't even talk. 67 minutes in. I feel like I still had my speaking abilities at that point in map 32, but yeah, the point of the map that we were in earlier, we can admire it. But yeah, there's the secret mega armor that I saved, and I actually want to go this way. And there's one item left, which is the correct amount, the soul sphere, down in the final area. I love this part of the MIDI. It's so good. I think that it fits the map quite well. This map is pretty... I think the name of the MIDI is like Brutal Schism, I want to say, so I don't know about the schism part, but I think this map is like decently brutal. There's quite a few annihilators, and it's a good challenge in the... I don't know, I think it's hard to have a MIDI that like doesn't fit very well, especially, you know, in something that's like a song that's so good as this one, right? I mean, you can have like a song like this in like I don't know, map 1 of Doom 2, but even that MIDI is like kind of what do you call it, like upbeat, and I guess this is not super upbeat, but you get what I mean, right? I think I'm making sense, hopefully. So these green things here are teleporters. They teleport you back to the center, well, almost the center, because when you walk through the center that starts the fight. But this platform here is going to raise, so if you get out of the arena somehow, then I guess they are meant to get you back in. Yeah, this fight isn't that bad, just use the plasma, and once the annihilator spawns, just be careful, you know, don't get hit by a rocket. I mean, easier said than done, I guess, but there's only one annihilator. Yeah, it's not really that bad. I mean, it can definitely be nerve-wracking if you've gotten this far, but with the mega armor as well, I think that, you know, you're at 200, you're really not in any danger. But yeah, basically in the home stretch now. Just a few more monsters here. There we go. That's everything, got all the items, got all the secrets. And then when you come over here, the exit is here, but this teleporter takes you to this room, where you can revisit earlier parts of the map by taking these teleporters, but I don't need to, so I think it's kind of unclear like which one takes you where. It's not like based on the map or anything, so I don't know, just take one. And I'd say generally they, from left to right, starting with this one, they are more like earlier to later. Like this one takes you into the final arena here, so that's the only one that I'll use, but just over 70 minutes, I think that's pretty good for this map. Guess I can launch myself into the exit, since this is another map that ends with a teleporter, or, you know, doesn't end with a switch or, you know, walking into the next area. I'm stretching a minute, because, you know, an hour and 10 minutes is still pretty decent length for a map. But yeah, that's Dehydration by Stormcatcher77. This is his only contribution to the WAD, and I think this is a good map. I probably enjoy it a little more than 32. I mean, 32 is still really good, like, don't get me wrong. I think it's just a little too much for me at the moment. I definitely enjoyed 32. Like, I feel like my opinion of it improved a lot more over the course of practicing for it, whereas this one, you know, just being linear, was kind of just doing the same thing over and over again. There wasn't much of a strategy, just like learning the fights, which, I mean, you know, I have to do that for every map, so that's kind of, you know, not that interesting to me, I guess. But I mean, it's definitely a fun map. It has some very fun fights, and I like the epic scale. It's almost like something like Misery Halek, almost, from Alien Vendetta. I mean, obviously not comparable in theme or, you know, when they came out or anything. This one, you know, uses MBF, Advanced Engine, but they're both like a big adventure that is like linear, which I think is nice. It makes a good Doom map, and it's definitely a very memorable map, that's for sure. I like the way it looks, even if it doesn't really fit in with the other maps in the WAD, I don't think. Or not the WAD, the episode specific uses more like the green floor, like more like what we saw in the second half, I guess, when we got past the red barrier into the like reactor part, as I called it. But I mean, it still uses OTEX texture pack, which to me I associate very strongly with Eviternity. So yeah, it's a good map. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as hard as I was afraid it might be, and I had fun, so that's what really matters, right? So yeah, there's one map left in the episode, not nearly as long, thankfully. I think I need a break from long maps, which is good, because the next couple maps aren't very long. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say about this one, and look forward to seeing you in map 20, so see you then. Bye-bye.